WINZ now presents Taffy McCallum. If you'd like to join in the conversation, call 624-0191 in Dade or 764-0707 in Broward. And now, here's Taffy McCallum.
It takes a special breed of man to get these ponies across the roughest part of the Colorado River. Or to get that tug alongside a 5,000-ton super tanker. And when it's all said and done, you know you were the man in charge of bringing her home.
Yeah, that's me.
You?
Yeah.
Come on. Get serious.
Hey.
That's not you.
What do you mean?
You're like most beer drinkers.
What?
All you want is 8 hours of football, a tub full of Fritos,
Yeah.
and a couch big enough to handle you and your tush.
Go big as a mountain. For the tush beer, big as a mountain.
Beer belly, big bottom, no problem here. Just have another keg of extra heavy tush beer. Tush. We're brewing the beer for the biggest part of you. Tush.
Go big as a mountain. For the tush beer.
About 1,000 Tush breweries. Cellulite, Missouri.
Okay, I thought that would be a good way to start the show today because I'm going to give you a great story about my trip to the proctologist yesterday. Carlos is on the line. Are you serious? Carlos.
Neil,
Is this Carlos or is this an imposter?
listen to the machine. I'm making the label.
Okay.
Hear it?
Now, Linda, you would like Carlos. Carlos is 17.
How old is she?
How old are you, Linda?
22.
22. So what are you laughing about? Is 17 a bad age?
Too young.
No,
You could kind of mother him a little bit.
No thanks.
Neil, I make up.
What?
I make up for the age.
I
Oh, we got all these well-endowed callers this morning, man. At least,
All of a
at
sudden,
least an
right?
inch and a half. There's no question about that. Is this incredible or what?
I don't.
All right, now let me ask you. Here's that Jeff Stryker picture. How do you think Carlos would measure up to that?
Well, I've never met Carlos.
No. What do you think, Carlos?
He looks interesting, though.
Who does?
The guy in the picture.
Show that to her closely. I thought she'd be offended
Oh my
by it.
God!
She took one look at that picture. She said, "Oh God, that's
Now,
good." This
yeah.
is turning into a religious show already, Carlos.
Now, this is part of the mail we get, we told you,
Yeah,
Linda.
but that just came in the mail yesterday. Don't look at
yesterday.
me like I go out and pick up that stuff.
People send us these.
Oh, I'd like to pick that up, but that's another story.
I think Linda would, too.
So how's your girlfriend doing, Carlos?
All right. Had a couple of fights over the weekend. No.
Uh-oh, did you hear that? Carlos had a couple of fights over the weekend with his girlfriend. There's a chance here, Linda.
What were the fights about, Carlos?
As if I were looking.
The fights were about the fact that he called this show. See, I think that's what's happening. That's why these other guys are disappearing. Because their girlfriends hear about it and they start getting threatened. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
She's very distracted.
Yeah, she's really distracted with these pictures here now. Especially that one that says the pizza boy he delivers.
Yeah.
She is really nervous about that. She never saw pepperoni like that in all her life. Unbelievable.
yes, I have.
Have you really? Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, this doesn't impress you at all?
No,
No?
I've shopped around before I stopped,
Probably at Winn-Dixie, no doubt.
among others.
Well, listen, Carlos, I want to reinforce what I told you the other day, and I hope it's not too late. Don't even think about what you were talking about.
I'm not.
I'm telling you.
I know.
I was at the proctologist yesterday, and I was thinking about you while I was there. I'm serious. I was thinking about our conversation that we had last week. I said to my friend Dr. Bendova, I said, listen. I said, I don't know what that thing is, but get it out of my body now, immediately. Oh, boy, I'll tell you, that's quite an experience.
It feel.
What?
How'd it feel?
Not good. No, not good. I'm not into that kind of stuff, and I just don't understand these people who are. Believe me, that's not what God created that for, at all. Right, Linda?
Really?
Yeah.
Linda's married?
Yes, her husband's right here, and he came in to protect her because he knew a lot of horny guys would be calling. Now, you got a girlfriend. You wouldn't mess around on the side, would you?
Sure.
I don't know.
How about that?
No, I wouldn't.
No, he knows his girlfriend's listening. Does she listen to this show?
No, I think she's sleeping right now. I didn't tell her I was going to call.
Carlos, it's 10 to 11 in the morning. What did you do, keep her up all night again?
Not that late.
Well, why is she sleeping at 10 to 11?
Well, I don't know. It was like 2 o'clock.
She sleeps till 2?
No, I said we were up till 2.
Oh.
Doing what?
Talking.
Good. That's good. Talking out, ironing out your arguments, straightening things out,
Hey,
so to speak. But you didn't do anything bad.
nothing bad.
No, only good, right?
Let's hope it was good.
Linda wants a report. She wants to know, was it good for you?
When?
When?
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Last night when you were keeping her up at 2 o'clock. Naturally.
What did she say? Last night what?
When you were doing whatever you were doing till 2 o'clock, she wants to know, was it good? She wants a report.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Good. That's excellent. Is it ever bad? No, I mean, what kind of a stupid question is that, you know?
No, it's never been bad.
Oh, good. That's excellent. Well, listen, go back to your labels, Carlos, and it's nice to know that we have at least one loyal listener we can depend on.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay.
You know, the rest of these people are just like fly-by-night. You know, they're here today, they abuse, they exploit the show for a little stardom, and man, they're gone. But with you, you know, with that tough job you got with those labels, we know we can count on you.
How come you never let me come in?
Would you come into the show?
Yeah.
I thought you worked, Carlos.
I can get off. I mean,
We don't want to get into that.
I can come in. I have my own hours.
Not only does he have a tough job where he puts labels on what, on garments, but he makes his own hours up as he goes along. You know, oh, I'm not coming in today. I got to go be on a radio show, you know. Tough job.
What?
I said a tough job. So when are you coming in, Carlos?
Anytime you want.
See, he won't show up.
No.
Sure I will. Tomorrow. I won't come today, but I'll come tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning at 10.
At 10?
Oh, no, how, tomorrow at what, 11? We don't want you to get up too early now.
How about lunchtime?
Noon would be great.
Noon's good?
Maybe we'll even get food. In fact, food is coming tomorrow.
It is?
That gourmet buffet.
All right. I'm in. I'll be there.
Yeah. See, free food
Just
now.
feed him, yeah.
Sir, do you like seafood? In other words, if you see it, will you eat it? That's the question. No, seriously, noon tomorrow, okay? Do you know where we are?
No, I need directions.
Not on the air.
No, not on the air. All right, we'll put him back on. You'll give him directions, won't you? Kyle will be delighted to give you directions because then he doesn't have to talk to anybody else. Okay, hold on, Carlos. We'll see. Are you really coming or is this just a put on again?
I will come. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay, hold on. Okay, that's on 2.
What do you think the odds
We have
are?
another guest tomorrow. Well, we have a whole bevy of guests.
Now, what do you
coming
think the
up.
odds
Oh,
are
he'll be
he'll
here.
be
Food, yeah.
With bells on?
No,
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
going to feed you folks because you look well fed. No, I mean no, not overfed. You just look just right. We don't want to do anything to harm that. Miami, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
how you doing?
Okay.
Linda,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, another horny caller. I can.
Oh, Neil, cut it out.
I can hear it in your voice.
Listen, Linda,
Yes.
what does it really feel like? I mean, when you came to those big pearly gates there at INZ, and you realized that you were going to meet this guy. I'm sure you had some preconceived ideas as to what he was like. Is he like what you thought he would be, or is he different?
Well, I've met him before.
Oh, you met him
today.
before?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you already knew just about how
See,
he...
Linda and I have a little thing going on the side that
Did
I
you
don't
met
wanna-
the bird also?
I don't want to talk about it on the air to ruin my image.
Did you meet the bird before?
Excuse me?
Did you meet the bird?
No, I hadn't.
Okay, so what do you think of him? Let me ask you, before you answer, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Not married, okay? And let's
Okay.
say you were strolling at the, you from Broward County, right?
No, I'm from Dade.
Oh, let's say you were at Dadeland Mall, and you saw this guy coming through Birdines with...
Now, which guy is this? The bird?
Bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would he turn your head?
Question.
Huh?
Well, even though I am married,
Good
some
question.
some men do turn my head.
Mind that. I mean, I'm saying if you were single. I mean, in your single days, of course, you remember your single days, Linda.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
What a
Okay,
laugh.
and then
Best.
you saw the bird. I mean, if you saw him walking through Birdines, trolling or strolling,
Uh-huh.
would he turn your head or not?
No.
He would not. Okay, that The other thing I want to ask you, Linda.
He might turn her stomach a little bit, but not her head.
Okay, but how do you feel about being there? I mean, is that the first time inside of a
This
radio
guy is
station?
excited,
Yes,
isn't
it
he?
is.
He is. This guy is so excited, I'm telling you, he can barely keep it in his pants.
And, how tall are you, Linda?
I'm very short.
You're very short.
Yes, I'm
compact
5'1".
and stuff.
Excuse me?
I said you're compact and stuff.
You could say that.
She's not real short. She's just right.
Oh, just right.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet tall.
And you're how tall? About
5'1".
5'1"? Wait a minute.
that's
Stand up
short.
a minute. Stand up a second.
But
Yeah, I had high heels on.
Yeah, but she doesn't look short.
no,
No, she looks just fine.
there's a tall person's look.
She's perfect for you.
Okay, that's great. Well, Linda, I'm going over to the Bahamas since Neil's trip is already taken for the Hawaiian trip.
Yeah, this
Sure,
guy,
if I can bring
the
my
chance
husband,
of this
no
guy
problem.
would have gone to Hawaii would
I don't mind.
be...
You could definitely invite your husband.
Hey,
Have no
sounds
problem.
great.
Now, how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 24.
24. Now, that's a little more up your alley, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, but
I'd invite
I
you.
still
Wait a
like
minute. Now,
older-
don't close any doors yet, okay?
No
Don't
problem.
just leave it all kind of open and let's see where this goes.
why
you know,
bother?
It'd be no problem.
Our husband's getting a very surly look on his face. But,
He knows better.
no, he knows.
Fish, we'll eat good food and we'll have just a hell of a time.
Sounds great.
What do you say? You can give Neil a call on my while we're over there.
I told you this guy was desperate.
Oh,
didn't I?
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you can tell.
What's your first name?
He's willing to take my husband.
He's Mark.
Another Mark.
Yeah.
Now, this is not the same Mark.
No,
This is a different Mark.
this is the first time I've called you, really. Yeah.
Really?
Linda, what do you say? Come
And
on.
you just decide you'd call while I was here.
Yeah, see, yesterday I was
That's
listening.
nice.
Yesterday, I listen every day, but as I
Yeah.
was listening yesterday, I bet a friend of mine last night that you wouldn't show up.
Really?
Oh, Mark.
Oh, thanks.
I bet him that you wouldn't show up.
I could have told you there's no chance that Linda would not show up.
Right.
No
Yeah,
chance.
but you know what you said too, Neil. You thought maybe she's going to be just like everybody else that you invited, or to call at least, that never returned a call.
What did I say to you this morning?
You could go to the bank on
Yeah,
it.
that she would show up.
Okay, well, you were right.
She's dependable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well,
beautiful.
anyway, I want you to tell Major that I was at the Patti LaBelle concert this past Sunday,
Yeah.
and I met Sandra Santiago
Oh,
and Olivia Brown or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
You better call Stan and
Tell
drive him
Stan.
crazy.
I mean, I won't be here when he comes on.
Oh, too
yeah.
bad.
He'll be
They're
foaming
tutors.
at the mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, we've, given you a little introduction now, and the rest is up to you. In fact,
Okay, take it easy.
okay. There you go, your first proposition of the morning. How do you like that? Well, listen, Linda's going to stick around here for a while, and if you'd like to talk to Linda, we certainly invite you. They all want to talk to her. Isn't that
Sure.
interesting?
Not-
Nobody's interested in me, but I'm old hat here. 624-9400. There's an open line in Dade. Mike Wolf is here. He's going to be chatting with Linda after his news break. World News from CBS at 11, and we'll come back at 11:06. And WINZ, and Linda's a little bit upset because she expected a lot more stimulating callers. Am I quoting you correctly?
Yes.
She said she
Intellectually
expected
stimulating.
a lot more intellectual stimulation. Now, so far, the first group of callers we've had would like to be involved in a certain amount of stimulation, but not necessarily intellectual.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be
No.
intellectual.
Well, we got a bunch of animals out there, don't you understand it? They're just walking hormones.
And they all decide to call today.
Exactly. Well, because they heard your wonderful voice and they started fantasizing. I mean, that's been the topic on the station for days now.
Fantasies.
That's
Fantasies.
true.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's getting pretty old, right?
You know, I mean, keep your fantasy to yourself, you know. I mean,
Exactly.
it's like you keep your
I
fantasy.
mean, if you're sitting there at home, fantasizing about Linda now because of her voice, don't tell us about it.
Really?
Just do it.
Yeah. That's true. I don't
So-
want to hear the gory
Well, let's see.
details.
Now, wait a minute. Here's a woman called who said on 5A, and that's got to be in the Herald, of course,
Yeah.
on 5A of the Miami Herald today, or the Miami News.
Today?
Oh, I don't think we'll be able to get that.
No
do we?
way. It's
Can't get the news unless you live right next to the building.
That's right.
Doctor wants WINZ to pay for toilet radio. What?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Okay, I know you just packaged another message. I know.
Just take the call.
Doctor wants WINZ to pay for toilet radio.
Man, it makes no sense.
What does that mean?
No sense.
Weird.
Well,
Okay,
wait.
well, let's get away from that. Let's get out of the toilet and back into our intellectual callers like this one in North Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Am I on the air?
Yes, sir.
I am.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, good.
Let me say it
First of all,
again.
Neil, let me say this. I used to listen to other talk radio stations, but I found when I tune into your show, you are most intriguing. Your techniques are just second to none.
I know.
Stimulating, provocative. That's what makes this show so exciting.
Exactly. Unpredictable, off the wall,
I might add.
bizarre, perverted, grotesque,
I'm sorry?
all of the above.
That's correct. Okay, good,
Okay.
good adjectives, yes.
Yeah.
Secondly, the idea of having someone from your listening audience to appear, maybe you want to do this on a regular basis.
We're going to. We got Carlos tomorrow, and then we understand
Absolutely.
Eric and Vicky will be here on
Do you
Thursday.
realize what this would do to the rest of the stations? I mean, we got guys on the other stations that are screaming and trying to get people to call, and they're begging and pleading.
Yeah,
Here is the mystique that makes people listen.
exactly. And Linda's got a full board of calls. She hasn't even said anything yet.
Absolutely. And this lady sounds great. I mean,
She
she
is
sounds
great.
like she's a good-looking lady.
She is.
She's still there?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you a resident of the community here, local resident here?
Yes, I am. I'm
See?
born and raised.
Where else can you go and get on talk radio and be a local resident?
It's amazing.
It
Great.
absolutely is. I want to ask one question.
Well, if she would have
Who
been,
is this guy
wait a minute, if she would have been from
laughing?
like Georgia, we wouldn't have put her on.
Yeah, who's that guy there in the background with the laugh? I never really caught his name here. What's that?
Is that...
You mean the bird?
Yes, is that the bird?
Yeah.
Why do you call him the bird?
Good question.
Is there any reason for
to
being
see
called
him-
the bird? Why couldn't he be called someone else?
To see him is to know it, sir.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a bird.
He looks like Tweety Bird,
Oh, okay.
and he laughs like Tweety Bird, and he acts like Tweety Bird.
So then the idea then would be that to have him to laugh, and have the guest Linda to laugh
Yeah.
would make for a great show today.
Exactly. Just have him laugh for 3 more hours.
Well, it would be nice if you could just announce this and have people stand by with their tape recorders, have both of them laugh solid
Yeah.
for 60 seconds. Could that be done?
No.
No?
It
How
could
about,
not be done.
how about 20 seconds?
It's got to be funny.
It's got to be
right.
spontaneous.
It's
It'll
gotta
happen.
be, yeah, it's got to
It'll
be
happen.
something
If they keep the
funny.
tapes rolling, something will develop, you know.
Now, listen, I was listening to all these other callers when I was hanging on here, and I was hoping you didn't pick up the line because at the time that I was calling, there was a maintenance man in my shower. And I didn't want to come on and say, wait a minute, I got to let this maintenance man out of my shower
Yeah.
because I knew I would lead myself into some murky water by saying that.
Well, you've managed to manipulate the story very well, and that's a good excuse. Yeah. It's a good story.
Listen, one other question is this. I noticed you said you go to the track a lot. You go to Calder, is that correct?
You bet.
You play the races there.
You
Do
bet.
you play any
No,
other
I
tournaments?
just go there and I watch, you know.
Okay, do you know how to handicap?
Yeah.
Do you get good tips?
No.
You don't.
Get nothing.
I see. Do you ever win?
On occasion.
I see.
Like, you know, once or twice a year.
I see. Okay. Have you ever worked for a national TV network or a radio network or something? You have that voice like you've been involved in, you know, like the NBC News guy that comes
Yeah,
on.
well,
something like that.
in a previous life, I was Chet Huntley.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, listen, have a good time in the shower, and we'll see you later.
Okay, the maintenance man is waiting on me. I got to get back in.
Okay, give him my best. Okay, give him your best. Speaking of the shower, isn't it amazing how this show just kind of flows along?
Always.
Here's a
Toilet
lady
shower.
in the shower. Hello. Hi. There she is. It's our lady in the shower.
Glenn?
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Neil.
This is that intellectual stimulation you were waiting for. Oh, there she goes. She always gets right in midstream there,
Oh, yeah.
so to speak, and she
But it was a
disappeared.
good call. Anyway.
She was real good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Linda,
Were you stimulated by that?
do you think I look like Tweety Bird?
Why are people getting me in the middle of this?
No, be honest. Be honest. You know the cartoon, right? Sylvester
Right.
the Cat,
You've had incredibly,
Wait.
or whatever
Okay,
that cartoon
the Putty
is.
Tab.
You've had
Exactly.
honest answers so far.
Well, I can't be anything but.
Right. So that's why I ask you.
Oh, wait a minute. Before she answers the question, if somebody, Max will do it. Go in the programming office and get that glass, you know, with the Tweety Bird glass that's sitting on his desk. See, it's much easier to make a comparison when you have the photograph side by side. I don't want to have you make a snap judgment, okay?
Well, you know, if you have an imagination, yeah.
But now you're back to fantasies again. So
Right.
Wait till she sees this. I'm telling you.
But it looks exactly like
A
it.
dead ringer.
Now, these are very important questions.
Yeah,
and
okay,
issues.
Yes.
here comes the glass.
Very.
Thank you so much, Max. Take a look at the frontal view.
The little hairs sticking
You see,
Sticking up, yeah.
you see a striking resemblance to the bird. She's not saying anything.
She's just laughing. She's on the desk. Her head is on the desk. Now she's on the floor.
Speak to us. Now, see, she said she couldn't laugh for 60 seconds. 60 minutes now.
Yeah. Just laugh right into that mic. Now you know. Now, Linda, you understand why I sit here and laugh hysterically. Everybody criticizes me, but how can you possibly sit here and not laugh? I mean, I would challenge anyone.
It's unavoidable.
That's true. It's
To
true.
sit here next.
Yeah.
As
See,
long
we
as
have
you're not the
we have
kind
a
of
little-
person that gets bothered about everything.
Exactly. We have a little mirror in front of the bird over there, and he just sits and looks in it and laughs all day.
I would challenge anyone to sit next to the king and not laugh. Wouldn't you agree? It would be impossible.
I'm sure there would be some people who wouldn't.
Well, yeah, on Miami Beach, perhaps we could find someone who could find a candidate. But I'm talking about a normal, living and breathing, active person. You know what I
I
mean?
wouldn't propose to be normal.
Everything's relative, Linda.
Okay. Now, you've looked at the glass. This is one of those... what does it
You're
say?
right, you're
What
right.
does it say at the bottom of
It
the
says
glass?
Tweety.
Tweety.
Yes.
So we know who this is beyond
Right.
a shadow of a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This is a drinking glass, and it says it's got yellow pictures of the bird.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Tweety at the bottom. Okay? And Pepsi on the side. Little Michael Jackson influence there.
Okay.
Now, what's the verdict?
You're right.
The spitting image.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Very close. Yeah.
Very close. Not just close.
Very close. Like maybe twin brothers. Right? Hatched from the same egg.
Cousins, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cousins hatched from the same bunch of eggs. Okay, there it is. Hollywood, what? Did we catch you in midstream here, sir?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to say to Linda,
Yes.
all the people that have come up there called you up and never said they were going to show up. She is the first person to do it.
That's
Right.
true, yeah.
She's a great American.
She has no? I mean, this is great.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, well, get with it, girl. And Neil.
Oh,
about
wait a minute. What did that mean, get with it? What did that mean?
Well, I mean, she's starting to warm up now.
Yeah.
You can tell. I mean, when she first came on there, she was sitting there awed by your omniscience.
No, she's just sitting next to the bird, that's all.
Oh, well, hey, the bird out of the bird.
Well, I was just sitting here wondering what to expect, that's all.
Well, hey. But, Neil, about my Miami Vice jacket, I'm another one of those people.
Oh, no.
I hate to do that. You know how they cut the last pope? They took a poll. Oh, okay. No, but what number do I have to call to get Kyle and stuff, Oh, no, not Kyle. Glenn, when he's off to find out about this stuff. Because I heard other people have had difficulties about this. And, I'm not...
No, what we're going to be doing is sending out about a couple of dozen Marlon Bailey voodoo dolls with your own personal pins, okay? We're
I've
going to
got
be
pins.
sending out those, and then once everybody is finished sticking the pins in long enough and hard enough, that might just produce some results.
He made this commitment, sir.
Yeah.
And
we appreciated the commitment at the time, which was
very
great.
much. It was great.
And more than I can tell you, I appreciate all the great, generous things. However, if you're going to make a commitment, you've got to follow through. And unfortunately, we've got a whole bunch of people, I don't know how many, I mean, it's who knows how many at this time, who are just foaming mad at us.
I'm not mad at you, Neil.
Huh?
I'm not mad at you.
Okay, well, I'm glad there's one.
You want to take my cat to Hawaii?
No, leave Noodles here, sir.
Well, no noodles. We got Sweetie Pie and Pumpkinhead and the Weasel.
You can call,
Oh, no, really, Glenn.
you can call me on the business line after 2.
Number is it?
624-6101.
624.
6101.
624. 6101.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Excellent, sir.
Good work.
All right, Linda.
Yes.
All right, you're on there.
Yeah.
You are encapsulating all the feelings of all the people that want to be on Neil's show and just look at him and
Both of them.
look at it and just keep your hands off his legs.
Well, I'm not
Type of
sitting
guy.
close enough to him to do that.
She'd have to have pretty long arms.
He's not that type of guy.
Yeah.
All right, Neil, we love you.
I'm sitting here with my Jeff Stryker picture, sir, so just leave me alone.
Well, stop squeezing your weasel and get to work.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, good.
And good luck with your jacket, because what can I say?
Yeah.
Depressing, isn't it?
Very.
And of course, what?
One thing I noticed about the callers is that they tend to not really react to what you're saying.
Right.
They kind of
Oh,
have
that's
a
always
list
been
of
that
what
way.
they want to say,
Exactly.
and then
They have their
say
own
it.
agenda.
And whatever you say, they don't want to go with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a problem.
I mean, if you're going to call somebody, you should react to what they're saying.
You should listen
No.
to what they're saying. Yeah.
No.
That's
Yeah.
called a conversation.
Exactly. We don't have conversation.
no. Nowhere
Little
near.
bit too
We just
over
have
the
a bunch
head,
of
okay.
horny people out there, including the woman in the shower.
Yeah,
I think one of the guys that called early, was it the second guy that really sounded super horny?
Oh, but
he sounded
desperate.
more desperate than
was
Stan.
the second one,
The
yeah.
one to the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Was that the one?
No, that was the third one.
The second one. Boy,
The
she's
second
keeping
one.
track. She's taking
yeah.
notes.
Yeah.
If we could get him together with a lady in the shower, I'm telling you, that's what it's going to take.
Ooh, I always enjoy her calls, by the way.
She's very good.
Always
We always look forward to your steamy calls.
That's right.
20 minutes after 11 at WINZ, we're going to come back with Linda. Everybody in the world wants to speak to her. Nobody wants to talk to me anymore. And, of course,
Or me.
as they say around town, we have become passe. Deep Throat is next. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
Deep Throat, your mother called here the other day.
You really?
Did you hear that call?
I didn't.
Mrs. Throat.
Yeah. She wants you to call her.
Really? What did I forget to make my bed?
Yeah, she said you call here and you call all your friends, but you never call her. Have you called her lately?
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, would you please?
So,
That sounds like something my mother would say.
For me?
Exactly.
She was good. We enjoyed talking to her.
really call? Honest?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
She called Stanley.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway, Linda's got like the best voice this side east of Kathy West.
Thank you.
She really sounds good.
Yeah.
But you should put an ELL at the end of her name, like Budell, Rantel, Spindell.
Lindell. Okay.
To do, you know. And, Neil, I think you should have Carlos and Adam on the same day. That's a good idea. That way you can kill one bird with two callers.
Oh, boy.
About your proctologist visit.
Yes.
Don't complain about the exploratory device with the camera on the end, okay? Be thankful you live in this day and age, because before transistors, those TV cameras had large glass vacuum tubes.
Exactly. I know.
And also, there are all these macho guys that are called up and they're promised to come on your show and they never show up.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be insulted, okay? They promise their girlfriends the same things, okay?
And never deliver.
The story.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, no equipment, no delivery. Well, listen, it's great hearing from you.
But one thing on closing.
And call your mother, yes.
Good news and bad news. The weather in Hawaii is great. That's the good news. The bad news is Marvin Bailey is the one that's promised those tickets to the station.
Yeah, I believe it. Okay.
Bye, Neil.
Well, listen, I never wanted to go there anyway. Although there are some things in Hawaii. Now, see, she's smiling at that picture. Show her that picture close. That's a young Hawaiian man with a lei around his neck.
You know, you do get laid when you go to Hawaii. They put, as soon as you get off the plane, they put that right around your neck.
Don't interrupt, would you please? We'll let you know when we want you to squawk.
Sorry.
Now, don't turn it over on the other side to read it. I just want you to look at that picture and tell me what you think.
It's good looking.
Okay, let's go to attractive,
Yeah.
sensuous.
I don't know. He has too many muscles for me. I don't like all, you know, it's just a little too much.
Mm.
Just a little, you know.
Okay, well, I'm glad I won't have any competition.
Just a little. Okay, well, I'm glad I won't have any competition. Just a little. Well, I'm glad I won't have any competition. Just a little.
Did you ever see the movie The Time Tunnel with James Deering? You're in the sound tunnel on WINZ.
You're in the sound tunnel on WINZ.
we don't run into Noodles the cat in here.
See, if this goes on long enough, we all get swept up in the sound tunnel, and we go back into a different age. And when we come out, we'll be on KDKA in Pittsburgh. It'll be 1920.
Doing the same thing. Yeah.
Doing the same thing.
That's weird. That's real weird. So, Linda, you see what kind of an audience you're talking to now.
74
Gives you a
noon
pretty
at
good idea.
WINZ. We have another break to do here, I assume, and I should have let that go. We could let that go on forever.
No.
Maybe you'll call back. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to build a monument to Kyle right now. Can you believe Mickey Dane called here not once but twice? And I asked Kyle, what did she want? He said, I don't know, because as soon as she said her name, I hung up all the time. An award-winning performance. That's the way we like to handle her. What does she need me for? To promote her psychic experience?
With Elvis?
Her seance with Elvis. You know what she's going to find out? That in a previous life, Elvis was Jack McDermott. It's going to be incredible. Somebody in Hallandale has the Miami News, and I can't wait for this. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hello to you and Bert and Linda. Linda, you sound awfully lovely.
Thank you.
And not all gentlemen are think below the belt, but that's
I know
beside
that.
the point.
I know.
This guy's a
article
breast
here
guy.
is by a cardiologist. His name is Bart Heffernan of Pompano Beach.
Oh, no. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
And he says, who has formed a committee to promote First Amendment rights and obligations in
Oh, so in other words, now we find that he's the one behind this. He's been doing this for years, trying to get me off the air, this idiot Bart Heffernan.
But you haven't heard the best part of it yet. He says, I think the station is irresponsible. I don't want to hurt them, but I just think they need better programming. And then
Well, listen, wait a minute. Why doesn't he work on the programming of all the other stations that got like 1 shares? Why doesn't he work on them?
Well, because you're popular, Neil.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's not popular. You know, he's a quack. That's the problem.
He is a quack. He's an idiot.
Listen to this. Heffernan's group has taken out advertisements in The Voice, the newspaper of the Archdiocese of Miami. So, you know, right there tells you where they're going.
Good. Well, I'm glad that we know for sure now it's Bart Heffernan, and he's out of the closet because he is a cardiologist. He does have a practice. He has a office, and, you know, I'm sure that if people want to call him up there and... Huh?
Has any of his patients lived, though?
Well, that's a good question. But anyway, if there are people who want to call Bart Heffernan up in Pompano Beach and take issue with him on the, you know, the ad in The Voice and his interfering with this radio station, they certainly are free to do it.
Well, I would think that would be a good idea. May I say something to Linda?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Linda, I'm an older gentleman. Not older, but I'm 38, and I find that young women at your age, married or not, are interesting for the simple fact that they still have interest in life. They haven't been turned around by a number of different men. I hope that you and your husband live a long and happy life.
Thank you.
And it's nice. You sound vibrant and interesting and friendly, and don't worry about all these chumps that are...
I try to be.
Miami's a rough place for men. You know, you have to understand.
They're desperate.
Neil is
I thought
very
it was
right.
a paradise. I don't know.
Unless you're a lesbian or have a lot of coke, you got no shot.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So that's all I had to say. And Neil, you had a great show. You people all sound like you're having a wonderful time today.
We are.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. How do you like that? Great caller just before the news break.
Nice, yeah.
Wasn't he great?
Mm-hmm. First one today.
What?
What? You're whispering.
What are you whispering now? What was that?
Is it the first one today?
Oh,
No, come on. Adam over there on Key Biscayne was a great caller. Okay, listen, we're at the end of this hour. We do have one open line in Dade. 624-9400. Linda's going to be here at least another hour, right? Oh, yeah, you'll stay
I'll be
with
here
her.
as long as you
As long as we want her, till we kick her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Wolf is back with the headlines. And, if she stays another hour, you know who will be here, right?
I know.
Look out. And then we'll come
Lord.
back at 12:06.
What?
No, she
What,
does-
sit on my face?
No.
I just wanted to ask you, did you hear that on the radio when Neil was playing it?
No,
Oh, you didn't.
I'm sorry.
There was a line in the song. You see, it had to be taken off because they felt that it was in poor taste.
You sure you should repeat it?
I happen to like poor taste. Anyway, but there was, because it's all what you think. What does 69 mean? That's just two numbers. But when the guy
I mean,
said,
even Adam said he was 62, right?
Exactly. Now,
So,
but
what's
when
the big
someone says, you can tell where I've been by the smell on my chin. Now, what would you think referring to?
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying we're getting a lot of crank calls in Dade after Mickey Dane called and you hung up on her? Maybe those are psychic crank calls. Isn't that bizarre? We got 3 open lines in Dade, by the way, if some real people want to use them. 624-9400. That Mickey boy, I think she put a curse on the show now. I think we're in a lot of trouble.
Psychic crank calls.
Exactly.
It's a new wrinkle on that.
Absolutely.
Psychic cranky. Huh? Hey, Neil, you know what?
What?
I'm allowed to tinkle on you. You know why? Because you always say, all you tinklers out there. And
Yeah.
that's my last name.
Well, then he is allowed.
We found a real tinkler in the
Yeah,
audience.
then
That's
you are
great.
definitely legit.
Okay.
So every time I hear the radio say, oh, those tinklers, I think you're just talking to me. I guess I'm allowed to tinkle on you then.
Okay, well, have a wonderful tinkle, will you?
I'll leave it there.
Okay. There he goes, Mr. Tinkler. Let's go to Hollywood. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Hi.
And hi to the rest of the people in the audience. I'm not sure how many are out there right now, but I wanted you to know that we'll be calling your buddy Dr. Hepburn as soon as I get off the phone with you.
Yeah, tell him we hope he has a wonderful day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure with his wallet he does his best. But as far as the subject of desperate guys, I was just going to suggest for any desperate guys listening that they move to Atlanta, if they're having a hard time. That goes to you guys too, because I hear it's a pretty liberated sexual taste up there, although I never had any experience with the other kind. I'm not putting it down, of course.
Well, wait a minute, with the other kind. That was kind of an interesting choice of words, wasn't it?
Well, the other, the
More
other
like the
position,
same kind.
however you want to put it.
Oh, I see.
But anyway, and I think that you guys should move your show to Atlanta, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. It's fine with me.
You'd eliminate this decrepit ancient audience that's constantly boring people, and plus you'd get away from Stan Major,
Yeah, well, we're trying to do that.
I think it's an insult to your show to, for you to be followed up by the guy personally.
Well, now, why do you say that? Why do all these people lately, it's become a new hobby to take shots at Stan?
His voice is so dull. It seems like if he wasn't working for a radio station, his life would be about the dullest thing you could see. I mean, just by listening to him, listening to his opinions, these ancient opinions that God knows where he got them. Well, I guess he got them from his parents, but we can't bring them into it. That's too personal. But I don't know. I just want to tell you you're doing a great job, and keep up the good work.
Okay.
Okay?
Adios. Terrible. Just
Yeah.
ripping Stan to shreds there like
I
that.
know. God.
Now, why are you squealing now? Oh, you don't like Miami Vice either, do you? You never watch it and you think Don Johnson's a jerk.
Well,
I don't wanna
don't think
put words
he's
in your
interesting
mouth.
at all.
No.
Not your type.
No. Well, no.
Yeah, basically
Not
no.
even near it.
He's not
even-
anybody's type.
Not even
He's
near
a
it.
sleazebag. He's a
I
slime
wouldn't know
ball.
what you call him.
Well, look
really.
at right on the poster, the 8x80 poster that Stan's got on the wall there. He's just a slime ball.
And there's many more pictures of him in my office.
Oh, yeah,
if
they're
you
all
wanna-
over the building.
Really?
Stan
Believe
is
me, they're all over
plastered
the
my
building.
bulletin board with pictures from Miami Vice.
He's got that Don in the box. He's got everything. Plantation, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
how you doing?
Okay.
I was wondering, since you having a couple of horny Cubans on for Wednesday and Thursday, if you'd be interested in having a not-so-horny straight Jew for Friday.
A straight Jew on Shabbos, boy, wouldn't that be something? Well, of course, it'd have to be before sundown, obviously. So,
Obviously.
yeah.
Oh, there's strange people
This
out
guy
there.
sounded... Oh, well, maybe we could answer the question about how come Jews are sexless.
Tell me.
No, I don't suggest that I have the answer, but I said maybe we could work on the answer to the question.
Oh, maybe. Perhaps.
Because you know it's true.
Oh,
I mean, it's not a shot. I mean, it just happens to be a fact that most Jewish people are asexual.
Really?
Well, yeah, that's part of our upbringing. We're taught that that's just a necessary evil and that there are more important things in life.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Like
religion.
No, like becoming a doctor or a lawyer, something like that.
Or
I'd
so our
rather-
mothers tell us.
Or if you live in Hallandale, of course, going to the early bird. But that's another
country
story.
altogether.
Just a joke, Sonny. Don't get upset. That's Sonny Rosenberg, man. I'm telling you.
Okay. So, how's Linda doing?
Excuse me?
Fine.
This is a frustrated young Jewish male. How old are you?
20.
20?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
You're a younger man.
That's really sad, growing up in a world like this is today.
Well,
How
you
old are
don't
you?
like it, change it.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Well, that's not that much of a difference.
No.
See, one thing about... Now, what's your first name?
Evan.
Evan?
Mm-hmm.
You're not a
What
Christopher.
kind of a goyish name is that, Evan?
What can I tell you? It was an accident of birth.
I used to know an Evan.
But one thing about Evan is that he's not threatening to you in any way, shape, or form because he's Jewish.
I'm not a threatening guy.
He's been taught that that's only for procreation, which the Jews don't do well anyway. And maybe once a year, like the day after Sukkot, something like that. Although Sukkot is coming up soon, so I'd watch him. But am I right or am I exaggerating?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. See?
Just a little bit.
I hope you're not sexless.
Me?
Yeah.
I think not. No.
That's good.
No,
It's a nice dimension to life.
Yeah, I'd say so. How long you been married for?
I've been married 2 years.
Okay. You got married pretty young. Pretty young.
Yes and no. I've heard younger.
Yeah, except these days you see people seem to be getting married a little bit later.
What an intellectual
my mother got married when she was 19.
This is great.
But that was quite a few number of years ago.
Yeah? I thought they were getting married younger. Earlier.
Well, a lot of my friends are not even seeing anyone. It's kind of like no one's really interested in going out with people.
Yeah, they're kind of like seeing each other.
Yeah.
At that age, that's real sad, really.
Everyone's
I told you.
Friends, that's the deal.
Well, then
there's so
again,
many
with the things
on,
that are
you gotta
going
be
around
crazy,
these
you know,
days.
talk to
Yeah, that's a
people.
good point, yeah.
Now, are most of your friends Jewish, Evan?
It's about half and half.
Yeah.
It's about half and half.
Well, I'm sorry. Linda is desperately searching for a Christopher.
A Christopher?
So therefore you're not eligible.
That counts me out.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
As a matter of fact, I told her about Chris, that 11-year-old from Mississippi that was on the show last week.
And her eyes bugged
And her eyes just came flying out of her forehead.
You would have liked him, Linda. Really. He was very impressive.
Yeah.
He was. You heard him? Did you hear him that day?
I didn't know.
The 10 and 11-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great, wasn't he? Yeah.
And he was non-threatening. No, now don't make faces. He was great. I'll guarantee you could have had a much more stimulating conversation with him than most of the people you've talked to so far today.
No, that's a fact.
Trust me.
That is
That's
a
true.
fact.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would agree.
That's because they have jobs like putting labels on garments and stuff like that.
Exactly. No, don't knock Carlos now. Don't scare him off. He's going to be great tomorrow. You watch.
You should put them on both the same day, though.
No. We want Adam in here alone on Thursday with his fishnet jersey, whatever he's wearing.
Yeah. He'll wear his tight pants so you can see his bulges.
If he has
Now
any.
wait a minute, Evan. Did a nice Jewish boy just make a disgusting remark? Did you hear what he just said?
Well, that's
Oh, I can't believe you said such a thing. Don't you know that Jewish boys are supposed to wear loose, baggy pants?
Me?
I wear pants like Emmett Kelly. I mean, they're like 4 feet wide because when you're Jewish, you're brought up, you wear clothing like that. You don't wear anything tight, so God forbid something might, get stimulated.
Have you ever been to Backstreets?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Mhm.
Have you noticed that most of the people there are Spanish?
That's true.
See,
Yeah.
all these street people took over. Everybody was doing just fine at Back Street. All these pain-in-the-ass street people.
I was there when it was
it's too
pretty
good.
much
It's
gay.
too good of a place. Now we'll go there and beat all the fags up and kick them out, and now
well,
we'll
that's-
take it over. Shame on you.
Well, that's the Spanish people. They have this macho thing that they feel they need to beat up on people they don't understand.
Not all
No,
Spanish people. I mean, there are a lot of Americans that are like that.
exactly. A lot of rednecks who are
A
like
lot
that.
of people that, feel intimidated by different things. Just because it's different,
Right.
they have to
Although I will
freak
say,
out
I
over
will
it.
say this: most of those Hispanics are willing to try it.
At least once or twice.
Trust me, Evan. Take it from somebody who knows.
Yeah, that's why they went to Backstreet.
Well,
in the
listen, it's
first
been
place.
great hearing from you. I hope you had a good, safe Tisha B'Av.
Oh, thanks a lot.
And have a great Sukkot, and have a good life.
I'll keep you in mind.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay. 21 past noon at WINZ, and we'll come back right after this. Okay, it's 12:25 at WINZ. Neil Rogers with you till 2. Stan Major will be along at 2. Philip the proctologist is on the phone. I can't believe
Hello?
it. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I lied to Carl. I'm not a proctologist.
Okay, that's all right. You just wanted to get on right away.
That's exactly it. Okay,
In other
the
words,
reason I called, I hear
you're
all of
just
these,
another. He doesn't even want to
macho
listen.
straight guys volunteering themselves to be on your show.
Yes.
How about a token gay?
How about a what?
A token gay.
Well, how do you know that some of these so-called macho guys aren't,
Well, I guess I'll find that out if I listen to the show. But at least I'm volunteering to come on and admit where I'm coming from. I'm too old for Hawaii, but I'm under 30.
What do you mean you're too old for Hawaii? You mean you're too
Well,
old
you
to
said
go...
18 to 25.
Oh, okay. Well, Hawaii is already spoken for.
Well, that's John. Yeah, I understand that.
John. Everybody's
I
John.
might change your mind, but I doubt that.
This guy sounds like about 50.
50?
Yeah.
28.
28?
Yep.
What
And I
do
have a very dull job, so it's very easy for me to get off.
You say what?
I
Does
don't
he sound
think
28 to you? Speak. Say something. Boy, she all of a sudden... What did you do to her out in the hall?
Well, I kind of like to think first before I make a
Yeah,
response.
but this is
you know,
radio.
engage
They
brain
can't hear. They
before
can't
mouth.
hear you thinking.
And they can't see it when you nod your head.
Exactly.
Unfortunately. As she nods her head again. Just remember that. It'll help.
Yeah, he sounds sweet.
Okay. Well, if you say so. I mean, I don't really care how old anybody is. You can be on the show if you're, 16 or 100. I don't care. As long as you're fun and interesting.
Fun and interesting I will be. Matter of fact, you can kind of bring me out. Not literally, but I mean, bring out my fun side.
This guy I'm telling you, this guy sounds old.
Very.
Very old?
Well, that's because I've been hanging on the phone for 45. I've gotten 45 minutes older just trying to get a hold of you.
This guy's not 28.
No, that's true.
What?
Now that I hear it,
Now that
hear
you
his
hear his-
voice a little more.
Yeah.
Well, why would I lie?
Well, you lied once already. You said you were a
Well, that's true. I said I was a
proctologist, and now you're
proctologist.
turning out to be just a pain in the ass.
Not the same thing. Close.
Well, listen, Philip, it's been great talking to you, but I'll give it some consideration.
Have a
We got to
wonderful
think
life.
about him.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said yes, but
Philip.
yeah, I think Philip might age dramatically between the time he made the phone call and the time he came in on the show.
We're desperately trying to find you a Christopher, Linda, but
Yeah, if there's
we
any
can only do so much.
Now, I'm curious about one thing. Okay? Well, I'm curious about a lot of
I know.
things. One of them is when Carlos comes on tomorrow, assuming he shows up, and Adam on Thursday, or if either one of them shows up. Now, will all the young ladies be calling in, or is it just going to be all these, homosexuals out there? I mean, God forbid we get homosexuals calling on the radio.
It depends.
Oh, by the way, Dr. Heffernan's number, in case you were getting a busy before, is 772-2136. Evidently, Dr. Heffernan's unhappy with the state of talk radio in the market, and maybe he'd like to do his own talk show. So if you'd like to call him, 772-2136 in beautiful Pompano Beach.
Of course it's Pompano Beach. It always is.
Yeah, that's where you notice that's where all the flack comes from, 99% of it, and all circles from him. And I'm really happy he's out of the closet now, and the story is, in print. So we know, I mean, now I'm relieved, to be honest with you. Not that I was concerned, but I'm just relieved to know that we know the source. Because this guy's been doing this stuff for years. He's obsessed with this show. Doesn't want to mention my name in those ads,
Right.
just WINZ and talk host and so on.
Yeah.
Very generic attack on the hosts.
Always.
But boy, he would do anything to get me off the air,
Why?
Because he's a right-wing nut.
God.
He's a maniac.
Obviously.
How'd you like to have him doing open heart surgery today, huh?
Oh, God.
Think about it.
Yeah.
God.
Probably the one that kills everyone.
Did you hear that comment?
Don't say it again.
He said it off the mic.
No, we don't mean that. That was
No.
only a slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Only maybe 1 out of 2. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Yeah, how you doing today, Neil?
Okay.
Hey, listen,
Wait a minute, is this Jeff Stryker?
no, it's not just...
Okay, sorry.
All right, Linda seems to be doing fairly well, but if she's going to break into this market, I think you ought to give her the test that every DJ is taking.
And what is that?
See if she can smile without showing her teeth.
I'm not really interested in breaking into this market.
You're not.
No, it's tough.
I'm interested in this market. If you can still pass the test, I may have a job for you.
Well, wait a minute. What market is this? Winn-Dixie or Publix?
It is a form of a meat market, no doubt about it.
I think you're being propositioned here for a big-time job.
I mean, big
Now, if you
time.
play your cards right, I can get Stan Major to introduce you to Michael Talbot who will take your pictures and give them to Don Johnson, who will...
Oh, yay. God,
That sounds thrilling.
And you saw what Don did to his girlfriend at the end of A Boy and His Dog. You saw that, right?
They gagged all over her.
Yeah.
Ew, really? I wanted to see that, but I missed it.
Oh, you should see that.
He's no good for this market. She believes everything she hears.
Yeah. She's got to work on being a lot more cynical.
I don't want to be.
Why not?
Well, she's young and innocent.
I
don't
like
you understand? Give
being
her
young
a little
and innocent.
bit, exactly. I mean, those of us who are older and cynical.
No, I think when I get older, I still want to stay young and
Well,
innocent.
good luck to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, it's been tough. It's been tough.
Big feeling of power?
Excuse me?
You want to have a big feeling of power?
A big feeling of power.
Yeah, take the telephone and then just press the button, call him a douchebag, hang up, call him a jerk, hang up, call him a jerk, hang up.
Well, I'm not really interested in a power play.
You're not?
Mm-mm.
No. You kind of like being taken advantage of, huh?
Oh, here it comes. See, he took some little shots at me there, but now he's starting to
everything in
cozy up to
moderation.
Linda.
Everything in moderation. I believe in being in the middle somewhere.
At you, Neil.
What's that?
Nobody took a shot at you.
No, I know that. It was just a joke.
That's right up your alley, right?
Right, so to speak.
Excuse me?
That's what Phil the proctologist said.
Yeah. Yeah, it was right up his alley.
We seem to have a lot of proctologists out there today.
Let me ask you, Linda. I happen to be a token white. I live off of my parents' money. I live in a condo, drive a BMW.
Wow.
I think all priests are faggots. What do you think?
Oh, this is this guy again.
All priests are faggots?
But I will say this.
Well, that's very
you're
general.
Wait a minute. You're improving your act, though, considerably.
Am I really?
Yeah.
It's not really smart
you're
to
mellowing
generalize.
Well, there's one thing we do agree on. Sonny Fox is a douchebag.
You bet.
Absolutely. I'm working on them ratings.
Moving right along. Like I'm really going to let that go on the air,
That didn't
right?
go on the air,
No.
Linda. I had not thought of you, by the way, as idealistic before he mentioned that. Would you consider yourself idealistic? No. And you're not cynical. You're somewhere in between, actually.
I think that last guy's been drinking too much birch beer.
I do, too.
Too much birch beer at Wendy's. Do they still have birch beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
By the way, speaking of Wendy's, I want to do about 3.5 hours on Fuddruckers now, if you pardon that expression, that may be actionable. I mean, I'm going to tell you how bad the eating situation is in Plantation, how few places there are to go. They opened a new Fuddruckers about 2-3 months ago.
Fuddruckers.
You don't repeat it, okay? You don't have to repeat it.
No, that's an interesting name.
Yeah, very interesting. In fact, I was thinking of going to their neon sign and removing some of the letters.
Yeah.
First of all, you go in there and you give your order. The place is just packed. I mean, like from the time they open at 11 in the morning till whenever they close, it is packed. You'd think they were giving the food away. You go in there, you give them your order, and you sit, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait like a lifetime for a hamburger.
Yeah.
A hamburger, okay? And then you put all that stuff on, the cheese and the nacho cheese and all that other stuff that sits outside all day for hours and hours and congeals and gets real good. And you take it home, and I'm going to tell you something. If there's anybody in the audience who hasn't had a good BM, I'm going to tell you. Within 3 hours, it'll be like the San Andreas Fault in California. There'll be earthquakes all up and down the coast of Florida. I'm telling you. Now, maybe that's why they're doing such a booming business, because we do have a lot of people down here, but they seem to be a lot of young people in there.
It's a service, maybe.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, that place, maybe I'm allergic to something in there.
Well, perhaps.
Boy.
Better than popcorn?
I mean, better than a neutron bomb, I'm telling you. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the place is just jammed, and they stand on line in there, 30, 40 deep at dinner hour. It's unbelievable. And this is a hamburger place.
You've never been to...
Does that tell you about the haute cuisine in Plantation?
Really?
Boy, what a desperate place. I love Plantation, don't get me wrong, but the food there, it's a nice place to visit, but you wouldn't want to eat there, let's put it that way. What is Joanna doing up there, looking like she knows where she is? She's waiting to hear Sonny Fox call in from his mobile phone.
Oh, here comes the
She
message.
doesn't want anything to do with Sonny Fox. She can't stand him. She lives in the control room. We know that. Oh, you live in Plantation? Have you eaten at Fuddruckers? And you like it? No, okay.
Shaky.
Yeah, she's starting to redeem herself a little bit now.
A little bit.
Yeah, until she came in this morning and said she loved Miami Vice and just spazzes over Don Johnson. She's got her Don Johnson blow-up doll at home and been doing just wild things with Don.
True.
Yeah.
She has odd taste.
She calls him her little shaver. Okay, a call from Kendall ought to perk this show up. Hello.
Hello, Neil. Help. I'm stuck in your sound on. Me.
Are you a little nervous here, sir? Are you a little nervous?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm just still.
Okay, now wait a minute. Listen. Do you have a job?
Not right.
Okay, now listen.
No.
I'm going to give you the phone number for WIOD. They have an opening for a talk host. I'm serious.
But I can't get out of this tunnel.
You were right. A call from Kendall will
Yeah,
this
I knew
show
that
up.
Kendall could really bring us out of it.
Yeah.
Are you going to straighten out, or is this going to go on in?
It'll straighten out. I just had to.
Well, we don't want to know about your personal life. We just want to know about the call.
I really got to say.
In fact, it sounds to me like it just did straighten out. If you want to know the truth.
Your show is great, and I don't know what all this gripe is about Kyle. Kyle is a wonderful guy. I mean, he's very quick and blunt to the point. But
he would like you to know that he agrees with everything you just said.
He's never been nasty to me. He's never been, abrupt at all.
No.
He's always been very nice. And I got to say, your show just gets better and better and better and better. I listened to you years ago.
Really?
And
well, you don't sound that old to me.
Well, I'm 24.
24. That sounds very good.
And, then I
mean, to hell with Linda. To hell with Linda now. It's about time that I started getting a little intimate with some of the callers here today. Just a joke now. Don't take it seriously. I don't want you to start stuttering again.
But I really do enjoy the show. It's better than television. It's better than anything. Well, almost anything else.
Almost better than sex. I know.
Yeah. Well, of course.
And if you're Jewish, it's not even close.
No, I'm not Jewish.
I know that. Not if you live in. Now, if you lived in West Kendall, you'd probably be Jewish.
No, I live in East Kendall, I guess. Whatever it's called out here. But I recently started.
Well, wait a minute. You live close to Jay Byron's.
No.
Good. Okay, that's good.
And I don't understand why everyone's ripping Mr. Major. I mean, he's.
Yeah. What is it? The last 2 days, all of a sudden, we got all these Rip Stan calls coming in.
I think they think that they're cool when they're doing it because you kid around with Stan.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys do. You guys kid around with each other. You can't hate each other. You go out to dinner on occasion.
Well, we sit at separate tables, though.
I don't understand why they're ripping them because I think that...
Well, because the callers on any show, you'll find the majority of them are butt kissers, okay? Yeah. And whoever they're talking to at a given time, they want to ingratiate themselves. Oh, you're so great, but that... And then they feel a better way to ingratiate is to rip somebody else. I mean, is really kissing your butt by saying you're the greatest and so-and-so stinks. It doesn't make any difference who it is. They're butt kissers, that's all.
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody like you who's straightforward and honest and, And what are you doing tonight? No, only a joke. Only a joke.
Well, I'm only joking, too, because I am doing something. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, now, this is the kind of caller we like. He's undecided. He wants to go do something. Now, like, what did you have in mind? Did you want to go to the dog track?
The dog track's fun.
You like that?
Yeah, it's fun.
I bet you've been out with some dogs in your time, right?
Only around the block. Only took them around the block. I didn't walk them very long.
And they lifted their leg?
Yeah, and it was, right on the neighbor's car.
Yeah, I've had some dates like that, too.
No, I wonder what, are you...
Right by the fire hydrant. Now, what are you yawning about? See, every time we get a good caller, Linda starts yawning. Like that. Like Adam was great on Key Biscayne. Was he a good caller or what?
Yeah, I was,
He was good.
Most of
I'm sorry, I only had 4 hours.
And if he comes in Thursday, I'll let you know how good, okay?
Okay.
One guy, though, was a proctologist. He must have been at least 68, not 20.
Yeah. He's aging rapidly. When you look in too many of those holes, man, I'll tell you, it starts affecting your whole bodily function.
Tell Linda, well, I can tell her myself because We're all online together.
Yeah.
I've got Christopher for you. He's about 6 months old, but he's Christopher Michael. And
I was
wait
going
a
to name
minute.
my son
Wait a minute.
that.
This guy, is this your son?
no, it's not my son.
Oh, you're not married.
I'm not married. No way.
Boy. Well, why do you sound so happy about that?
That I'm not married?
Yeah.
Because I'm not married.
Listen to this guy.
I've been close enough to count, and, you know, it's like did everything but walk down the altar, and life is much better by myself. You know, I mean, I can still do things and everything, but I mean, it's just, I don't have to worry about...
Okay, well, you don't have to be threatened by this guy. He likes to do it by himself, Linda.
You just have to find the right person, that's all.
Yeah, that's, you know, well, the right person, it's, you know, I don't have time to go out and look for somebody. I find them, I'll find them.
Let me tell you, you don't look for it. It looks for you.
Yeah, it's like watch, you know, a pot of water will never boil if you watch it. Well...
Boy, this is now, see, you've just redeemed yourself. Linda's smiling for the first time. She loves you. She's enchanted with you.
That's good. I sometimes have that effect on...
Yeah. She has a weakness for guys who use cliches, I think.
and who
I
like
think
to boil
cliches
water.
are interesting.
Yeah,
I do.
they are.
They're funny how they just, I mean, they're weird.
They turn out to be
Cliches
true often.
They're strange.
Yes,
That's why they're cliches, because they turn out to be true.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's that time, you know. We got all these commercials here and all this other business, but... no, but what are you laughing about? We do. I wouldn't cut this guy short. He's a great caller.
I've enjoyed it. It's been the best call. I call you about twice a week, maybe. And, you know, I'll be calling you again. And
All right, I want to ask you one question. Now, when you made this call, because we got all these people in here and Linda's here, did you get a certain amount of personal fulfillment from this call?
Every time.
Really?
Oh, it's, you know, it's my dad was a disc jockey, and I went out and saw him in his years ago out in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've had the bug. And, you know, radio fascinates me, and I can, you know, in my mind, I sit there and watch what you guys are doing, you know, with all the buttons and all that other good stuff. It's just, you're having a great time.
Well, maybe we'll have you on the show next week one day.
Well, I'll be calling, and, you know, if you invite me over, I will show up. I'm a man of my word. I'm not like these other people.
Okay.
Are afraid.
Okay, give me a call.
I certainly will now.
Bye-bye.
Good day.
Now, that was a good caller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we need some new cliches. Well, we're going to make some up. It's going to be our whole show tomorrow morning. 19 before 1 at WINZ, and let's go for it. Like a friend. Okay, at 16 before 1, we have to interrupt our segment here with Linda just momentarily because I just had a call from one of our regular listeners who was in his car, and evidently there's a real you-know-what on the road there with him. Okay, and the guy has got a sign that he made that says, turn your AM radio to 940. Okay, and he holds up the sign when he wants to make a dedication to a particular inept driver out on the road.
What highway?
Does it make a difference which one it is?
No, I think we know.
The highway to nowhere.
Yeah, I think we can guess which
So
highway.
the other jerk in the car who's been doing all of this weaving and whatever else it is that you're doing, if you found us on the dial, which of course may take a long time. And look at this, Stan came in just in time to attack Linda. Isn't that great? Well, listen, when the song is over, we'll let you know what happened.
Were you born an asshole, or did you work it your whole life? Either way, it worked out fine, 'cause you're an asshole tonight. Yes, you're an A-S-S-H-O-L-E, and don't you try to blame it on me. You deserve all the credit. You're an asshole tonight. you born an asshole, or did you work it your whole life? Either way, it worked out fine, 'cause you're an ass.
Pardon, I never considered my laugh a cackle.
Really?
No. Actually, I never really thought of it.
Linda has a question she wants to ask Stan.
Hold tonight.
Now that just encourages all those pinheads to call and knock me.
Yeah, they've been on you the last 2 days, boy. They're upset with you.
You know,
Yeah, that's
Follows
They're
Friday's show.
sick and
What can I
tired
say?
of Miami Vice. Don't you
Follows
understand? They don't want to
Friday's
hear
show.
about that. They don't want to hear about Don Johnson. They want to hear about Sydney, what's her name?
Is that my
Penny?
cue?
Penny.
Penny. Go ahead.
Are you
ask.
going to play the Don Johnson interview today?
I hadn't thought about it, but if you want to hear it,
So
thought what I'd do
he
is
can
I'd,
ask you if you've melted yet?
I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop the cart and interpret everything he's saying. Because even Neil didn't catch the bit about. We can't talk about that on the radio.
Yeah, I didn't
Lynn
either.
didn't catch it either.
Yes, I heard it.
You didn't
You
understand.
know, he's making something out of that already, this man. He says to me last night, seriously, I'm telling you, we've got to do something with him before it's too late. You know, when we had the guy with the radio on and we were all getting swept away in the sound tunnel, that's what's going to happen to him with the fantasy tunnel. He's going to wind up just getting wrapped up in this fantasy, and you're never going to see him again. What was that movie with John Stockwell? You notice I remember the name, My Science Project?
Yeah.
Where they found that thing, and the hippie professor got it. You know, it just disappeared into the air into a fantasy. You notice John Stockwell, I mentioned, was in that movie.
And you
I just
mentioned
mentioned
you
that
didn't
in
remember
passing.
Dennis Hopper, yeah.
No, I don't remember the other people.
Right.
Now, I did ask a question before about tomorrow and Thursday, which you avoided answering, about the young women, whether they were going to call in tomorrow and Thursday when we have the young men on the show.
I'm sure they will.
You
Because
think
we've
so?
been getting all male callers except one.
But we always get male callers. We
He
get
doesn't
very
have
few
any of
women.
That's not true.
That's
You have
not
a few
true.
of them. No,
Few. What's that?
that's not true. You do have a few
But
women that
predominantly
call, yeah.
male.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Well, there are a lot of horny guys out there.
We had the lady in the shower called us.
Yeah.
That was a
She
good
never
call.
calls me.
That was a great call. He's all jealous now.
Aw.
She called this show.
She was breathing very heavily.
She was great.
Isn't it interesting, now that Stan came in, Linda's husband left the room. Isn't that interesting? And Stan just kind of slipped right into the chair.
I do that to husbands.
He slipped right into the chair where her husband was sitting.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting over there very close and pretending to be a little bit aloof, like he's not paying any attention.
She's very attractive, by the way.
Very attractive.
Yes. She has Sydney Penny hair, have you noticed? She really does.
Thank you.
That is
Sydney
something.
Penny has hair.
I'm blushing,
never
but you
looked.
can't tell.
Well, it was a
On her
compliment.
chest, yeah.
Yeah,
On her
oh,
chest.
come on.
Sydney, not you, Sydney. Well, any girl named Sydney, what do you expect, has got to be very macho.
Listen, she's going to play the Virgin Mary, so be careful.
It's true. That's true.
Oh, my God.
Her new movie.
Does the Pope know about
She
that?
portrays the Virgin Mary.
And Stan, we got the release today.
This is the same girl that had this affair with Richard Chamberlain as the priest in Thornbirds, remember? She was in love with a priest.
Oh, I know the movie that's coming up. That's the one where Vincent Van Patten plays Christ. I know that.
No, Matthew Lesko.
Stan, we got the release date on the new Phoebe Cates movie today.
Oh, boy.
Date with an Angel, November 13th. And the week before, a movie opens up called Sammy and Rosie Get Laid. Now, this is right on the release chart, November 6th. I'm serious. Serious as a heart attack.
Listen, Sydney is right in my age category. Phoebe's a little old now. Phoebe
Sydney's-
and Brooke are a little old now.
Yeah, they're in their 20s.
Yeah. That's a little, that's getting up there.
Yeah. Well, we know this, Stan. We know all
Like the
this.
kids in War Games said, 40? 40? You died at 40?
Okay,
Yeah,
we
that's
have,
really
we have
old.
another break to do. Let's do our break, and then we can say goodbye to Linda, and then, of course...
Say goodbye to
since,
me. I got work to do.
Yeah. So what he's trying to say is that he's going to slip out of the room when it gets to be 1 o'clock, and you'll have a whole hour before he comes on the air, and he can get to know you a little better. Okay, it's 12:53 at WINZ. We'll be right back. live at WINZ. We have only 4 minutes for Linda to say goodbye to all our fans. You're a star now. Don't you understand how easy it is?
It's great.
They'll follow you from here till the end of the world. You've got all these guys with their tongues hanging down to their toes.
That's just, I told a lot of friends that I'd be on today, and
None of them
I thought
called.
maybe one would,
None of them called.
give me a little ring. But
They couldn't get through. They couldn't break through the masses. Oh, there's somebody in a payphone at the airport. Okay, desperate caller. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been waiting for a while.
Well, you sound
First
really
of all, I'd like to tell you, Neil, that there's a group of listeners out here that you really didn't know about. Apparently, WINZ is an AM station that broadcasts a medium wave signal, and I'm a pilot. I'm at the airport right now.
Right.
And we tune in the AM station sometimes to get a fix. And there must be at least 60 or 70 aircraft out over the state of Florida to listen to you every day.
Unbelievable.
Well, a lot of people tune in this radio station to get a fix, sir.
Well, we do the same, too, but we're doing it at 10,000, 15,000 feet.
Oh.
At the same time, I did want to say something to Linda before she leaves.
I'll bet.
Sure. And I wanted to actually say it to her husband. I think he's a very lucky guy. From what I've heard, she's a very nice woman.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And at the same time, if Linda knows anybody who's interested in a middle-aged pilot about the age of 35, I'm available.
Well, wait a minute. Middle-aged is not 35. You're still a young guy.
Yeah.
And don't get into that middle-aged stuff, okay? Just remember, life begins to end at 40. Okay? Good luck to you.
Good luck to you, too.
How do you like that? They're listening to us up in the sky.
What does that tell you?
Well, of course, a lot of our listeners are like up in the sky, too.
More like Mars.
Well, Linda, thank you so much. How do we thank you? We gave you our WINZ copy of the, what is
U.S.
that?
News and World
U.S.
Report.
News and World Report.
Music,
and
good
the
health.
Ladies' Home Journal, and all those other throwaway
leaving the
magazines we
Ladies'
got in the mail that
Home
we
Journal.
didn't know what to do with. But let's not say goodbye, because just let's leave that door open. Because you never know. Maybe Thursday in the middle of the show, just when Adam expects it the least. Maybe
Somebody might just pop up.
Exactly. You know, something might pop up on that show. You never know. Why was there that pregnant pause? Is there some special reason for that?
Took a second.
Yeah, you're a little
It
slow.
does sometimes.
Well, I know you're overwhelmed. You saw the new Phoebe Cates movie coming out.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I'll be there.
You notice he's wearing his lace shirt today, just like the Cardinal and his lace pantyhose.
What are you talking about?
Can't believe it. Doesn't that look like one of those silk something
It's
else?
just a white shirt.
Yeah.
Don't read anything into
Like
it.
you said, you wouldn't turn your head. Okay, there she goes. Linda has been our first celebrity guest today.
Bye-bye.
And thank you so much. And have a wonderful life. And don't go to Key Biscayne. Okay, that's going to do it for this hour. Can't believe how fast. Didn't they go by fast? Even if you were falling asleep and nodding off a couple of times, it went by very fast.
That's true.
And it was great for us. Michael Wolf is here with local and area news headlines. Then we've got the world news from CBS at the top of the hour. And when we come back for one more open hour, when Linda's gone, we're going to rip her in the last hour. No, only kidding. We would never do that to a guest. And then Stan will be along from 2 to 6 this afternoon. And Stan is going to really have some kind of a show today. He's going to start out with U2 and the Don Johnson
When
cut.
you thought Crapco Records couldn't possibly be more tasteless.
On a warm April evening, on a train bound for Brooklyn, I met this here accountant. They were about to start to schmooze.
That's right. It's the Catskill cowboy himself, Dr. Irving Paycheck, singing the all-time greatest hits of Nashville. You'll hear The Accountant.
You gotta know how to beat him, know how to cheat him. If you wanna live the good life, keep a second set of books.
And who could forget this flavorful cut?
Looking for locks in all the wrong places. Looking for locks, I'd buy by the cases. Quality stuff, be sure there's no traces of bones or too much salt.
And no collection of old country music would be complete without Dr. Irving Paycheck's dietary classic.
I was kosher, then kosher wasn't cool.
Yes, Crapco Records proudly presents the all-time greatest hits of Nashville.
Those not Miami blues.
To order Nashville hits, dial 1-800-CHUTZPAH. Dr. Irving Paycheck, cause he's
Got those not Miami blues. Yeah, please.
Okay, all together now. Chutzpah.
I can't,
You can't do it.
I just can't. I can't roll my
Once
R's.
a goy, always a goy. That's what they say.
Exactly right.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We sure thank Linda. She was a breath of fresh air, and she's a...
That expression.
I know, it's another cliche. Well, we're big on cliches today, but she was great. And it took her about 5 minutes to get Stan's hand off her breast, but other than that, no, she was excellent. And we're just hoping that the quality of our celebrity guest continues. Tomorrow we have Carlos. We know Carlos is going to be good. He's going to bring in his labels and, do his work while he's here. Hey, listen, he's got a tough job. And then Thursday, Adam is going to be here in uniform.
Oh, the football uniform.
Yeah, or at least part of it. Well, there's no need to wear the lower part of the uniform because when he sits down in the chair, he'll be photographed from the chest up. Anyway, in the in the life section of USA Today, cast your vote for Elvis Top Tune. Oh, I just love Elvis. And all you guys who had sex with Elvis now, don't be afraid to call in. Boy, you talk about a country desperate for anything. This country is so starved. First it was Ollie North, and then Ollie for president, for king, for Jesus, anything. And now, of course, we've got Elvis. We're bringing him. It's almost like he's still alive now. You notice?
It is like he's still
like
alive.
one more meal, Elvis.
But you remember
just one more pie.
Do you remember what USA Today did last August on his 9th anniversary? They ran the picture of Elvis as he would look today. You never saw that?
And here's Mark Harmon, who's a washed out. Like I told you, when these guys get like in their mid-30s and they start getting washed out looking, like Don Johnson and Mark Harmon, then everybody says, oh, this is the best-looking man in the world. I mean, if Mark Harmon were the best-looking guy in the world, I would switch immediately.
I thought it was Max Headroom.
Yeah. Well, he's number 2. And then, of course, Governor Dukakis of Massachusetts.
Of course.
And here on page 4D, right next to the article about the rise of the great moments in dungaree history. What a newspaper this is. Great moments in dungaree history. 1983, stonewashed jeans introduced.
Wow.
1967, bell-bottom jeans are born. See, now the bad part about this whole thing is that when they had cords, see, corduroys were, many years ago, were very big, and then they went out for a long time. And a few years ago, cords came back.
Right.
And everybody, all the guys were wearing corduroy jeans. Now, I will admit on the air, I have a fetish. In other words, if there's somebody really good wearing cords, I'm probably going to attack him right in the store. I mean, I just can't.
You're serious?
I can't restrain I'm not going to attack him, but I'm just like on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Drooling.
Corduroys are just, there's something about them. I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
Cords. It says nothing about corduroys that I can see in this history. So again, USA Today jerks you around, pretends to give you, something. 1950s, the first zipper jeans are introduced.
Oh,
That's
my
exciting.
God.
I'm curious about those guys that wear those with the buttons,
Button fly,
which are very hard to button and unbutton.
At times, yeah.
No, I'm serious. They are.
I know.
Now, what do they do? I guess they just pull them up and down, huh? I mean, like when they got to go to the John. I'm not talking about in public, but I'm just talking in general. Well, we'll save that for tomorrow. That's going to be our topic with Carlos.
Yeah, we'll ask
Carlos puts labels on stuff. Maybe he puts labels on jeans. And here are 50 famous Elvis fans picking their noses, picking their favorite Elvis hits. I mean, Dr. Joyce Brothers, Billy Idol, Don Johnson. Oh, yeah, isn't that great? Don says, Hound Dog, I was the bust out. Oh, it was the bust out. I remember it just struck this wild chord in me.
There's that word again.
Yeah. Phil Everly.
You have a long message coming on the screen.
Okay.
Long.
Well, I'm all wrapped up in my USA Today. The message says the Island Queen can't wait till Thursday. He loves a man in uniform, and his copies of Power Tool and Bigger Than Real Life are in the mail.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, he's another one of those uniform fetish people.
Yeah.
I know people like that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we'll probably get some comment about these first 3 hours today. We've broken some more new ground here with the WINZ Power Tool. We've put it in the ground, broken some new ground.
Yes.
And let's see what the audience says. Cutler Ridge, hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Okay.
I just wanted to call to thank you for airing the song that I wrote, The Ballad of Jorge. I haven't got a chance.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for sending it. It was great.
Thank you very much. Again, you were the inspiration for that, and all I pretty much have to say. Thank you.
Well, in fact, we may play it again right now that you mention it.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, you have a nice day.
You too. Thanks a lot. Great song. Classic. Headed for the top 10. If it ever starts. Here it goes.
Now let me tell you a story about a town that I once knew. All the folk that lived there were red and white and blue. And the preacher and the doctor were always hand in hand. People spoke in words that we all understand. Now, I can't speak for the next guy, but I can't understand how all this degradation can be caused by just one man. It's plain to see that he don't care about the way we speak, and as long as he don't lose his county seat. Now there's tension in the air, people swearing everywhere. When is all this madness gonna end? Put your back against the wall, and you better heed the call, for Jorge's got the shaft out once again. Now, if you ask me how to stop a man from reaming us with hate, it all seems fairly easy with a simple twist of fate. We pull him out of office and he might understand that America's an English-speaking land. Now there's tension in the air, people swearing everywhere. Now when is all this madness gonna end? Put your back against the wall and you better heed the call, 'cause Jorge's got the shaft out once again. Yeah. Here comes good old Jorge once again. Ouch. Hey, Jorge, watch where you're sticking that thing, huh? Ouch.
That's what I said to the proctologist yesterday. It's 1:15 at WINZ. Now, when I do go home, I got this rash, and it's only a rash. We don't want any ugly rumors. Sonny Fox will be starting rumors. And why is it that every time she comes up there, I mention Sonny Fox? I can't help myself. I never even used to mention his name on the show till you started hanging around. But when I go home, the first thing I'm going to do, seriously, when I get home, I'm going to take a hot sitz bath. Can we say that on the air? Jump in that bathtub. And maybe there's somebody in the audience who'd like to jump in there with me. Anyway, no, it's just a joke. Oh, did you say Chris is back in town, huh? Ask him if he likes bubble bath. Here's the story from Washington that we heard on the CBS News at the top of the hour, and I think that this is going to really stir the kettle, so to speak. Wait till you hear this.
Well, when you get on and you start saying these things...
Well, bad things happen. An administrative law judge at the FCC today denied renewal of RKO General's licenses for 14 radio and television stations, saying the company's dishonesty is unprecedented for a broadcaster.
And playing those songs that he plays.
In a 75-page decision, Judge Edward Kuhlman wrote that no case ever before decided by this commission presents dishonesty comparable to RKO's.
With the lyrics that are in there, it does. It's shocking.
RKO General officials in New York said today they had not seen the decision and could not comment on it until they had read it. RKO can appeal the decision to the commission. It will keep all of its licenses until all appeals are exhausted. I wonder if they do talk-ups in Espanol. The stations involved are KHJ-TV, KHJ-AM, and KRTH-FM, all in Los Angeles. Yeah. WHBQ-TV, WHBQ-AM in Memphis, Tennessee. WOR-AM and WRKS-FM in New York. WRKO-AM and WROR-FM in Boston. Mm-hmm. Did you hear that, Jerry? WGMS-AM in Bethesda, Maryland. WGMS-FM in Washington. KFRC-AM in San Francisco. WAXY-FM, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Of social problems or anything else. It's just shock radio.
WFY... Try to control yourself now.
It's tough.
WFYR-FM in Chicago. The The various licenses have come up for renewal over several years. The FCC delayed acting in those instances, giving RKO the opportunity to sell the stations and leave the broadcasting business, which would have been smart, but the dispute involving RKO has been before the FCC for 20 years. The trouble stemmed from the company's lack of candor in connection with an investigation of its parent company, then known as General Tire and Rubber Company, now GenCorp.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
When you get on and you start saying these things and playing those songs that he plays with the lyrics that are in there, it does. It's shocking.
Well, there's our immediate news response from over across town up there on the bend in Fort Lauderdale on US 1.
It's a shocking story.
It's a shocking story,
That's right.
Well, he can do talk-ups in Creole, probably. Oh, look at that, boy. Stan's really working here feverishly. He worked up into a fever pitch when he saw Linda.
Yeah.
And he's working feverishly. Now, let's go to Hallandale. This could be Sonny Rosenberg. Hello.
No, it's not. I'm sorry to disappoint.
It's not even Mrs. Rosenberg.
Oh, please. The tongue. Hi, Glenn.
Hi.
I really enjoyed Linda. I just wanted to, I'm sorry she left because I wanted to call while she was still there. I'm not one of her friends. I'm just one of your listeners in Hallandale. One of your nice listeners.
Of course.
Yeah, well, I've called you before. In fact, I sent you that Calvin Klein thing in the mail.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Okay. But I thought Linda was, very good, very entertaining.
See, this could be the start of something new and exciting. Instead of having these same old tired guests that show up on all of the shows, and the plant doctor and the nutritionist, we can have real living and breathing people from out in the audience.
Right. It's a good format,
Exactly.
Well, that's all I wanted to say.
Well, that's all you needed to say.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Good day.
Okay. Wasn't that nice?
Yes.
They love us in Hallandale.
She actually understood what we did here.
I mean, what does that Sonny Rosenberg know? He looks like a flaming fagula to me, What does he know?
A flaming fagula.
A bird. Past one at WINZ. We'll come right back. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
There she is, yes. Buenos dias.
How are you, my little buttercup?
Just wonderful.
Yes, I thought it was so nice to hear that lovely voice today on the radio.
Yes.
Yes, I would so like to meet someone like that to sip juleps with and idle the hours away here. Well, I'm waiting for the Pope, so it's so tough these days. Just the hours pass so slowly, and I need a nice a nice young person to come by and help me whittle them away.
Did you hear that nubile slipped out? Yeah.
Oh no, not a nubile, just a young person. help things along. Ease the pain. Now, Neil, I'm calling you, so I don't know if you picked up Miami News today.
About Bart Heffernan, you mean?
What's that? Neil?
No, I didn't pick it up yet.
Good. On the opinion page, Mr. Kleinberg, he has a column about Harvey from Kendall.
Really?
Yes, it takes up 3/4 of the page, I believe. This man is racked by a disease of the brain. Yes, absolutely. And he's a hideous person. He is so ugly staring out there with this impish grin on his face. It's just beckoning you to read this. And it's just crap, I think. I do think that. Now, Neil, I'm preparing a tape for you. I would like so much, I'm putting together some of my favorite tunes from the past that I would so love for you to play. I think it would bring civility to this city if you would play these things. And I am going to put this together for you. And I want to know, I would love to come over and make some juleps for you and perhaps some gas. Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Neil.
I'm just shocked. I'm speechless.
Well, I'm checking into that Alzheimer's unit you have on the advertisement. The time is of the essence, and I would so love to be there. I think you'd be surprised at how much I might really know about things there. I know, for instance, over your right shoulder, there's a man in a gray suit on the wall. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes, you see,
wait a minute,
I have psychic abilities,
This
Neil.
could be Mickey Dane. I can't believe it. Disguising her voice, yeah. I should have known it.
What should you have known?
That this was Mickey Dane in drag.
Oh, Neil, no, Mickey Dane. She is the concubine of Howard Kleinberg, both of them. Mental disease that they have foisted upon this city, and I'm tired of it. It is time we go back to our basic roots here of drinking juleps and sleeping. That is what is needed to bring this city back onto its feet.
But Stan wants to know. Stan wants to know if the
trying
frogs.
to accomplish something. What we have to do is lock ourselves in our homes, close our windows, and close our minds and sleep.
Stan wants to know if the frogs are still jumping with glee in Miami Shores.
You should know not only are the frogs jumping with glee, we have a bevy of scared children now because of what Senator Graham, or is it President Graham, a few weeks ago, rolling about with them on the floor and flicking their tiny body parts here and there, and the world for what he was doing to their minds and the minds of our future generations. These are our leaders of the future. Senator Graham has come here and ruined them. little worms, scared of all adulthood. Sending them this way and that way. It's just not right. Children should be allowed to flop freely. They should not be fondled by our senators. and as for the bird there. Mr. Bird?
Yes.
Yes. How did you acquire this laugh? How does one come about this? I have tried, and I just cannot. I practice cackling 4 or 5 hours a day, and the police are called on me. And you're on the air doing it. What is it? I don't understand the secret of your success.
Yeah, well, it's just an amazing world we live in, isn't it?
It is an amazing. Were you abused by a senator at some early point? You have that sound. You have the sound of a political criminal. There's something awfully strange going on over there. And I hear these filthy tales about these ugly, filthy things you have around the room there. Sort of meat catalog. It's some sort of meat catalog you have there open on the desk. I think it's just shameful. Shameful.
A meat catalog.
Yes, the kielbasa. I don't know what it is. It's the kielbasa catalog.
There it is, right there.
Annual to tell you what sort of meats are available in Europe.
That's right. Boy. Well, listen, it sure has always been, exciting to talk to you.
There's just so much deformity these days.
I know.
Children are being deformed.
Have a wonderful life, and we'll say hello to Senator for you.
I will say hello to the Senator. You can expect a tape, Neil.
Okay.
A tape to end all tapes.
Okay.
And I want to sip a julep with you.
All right.
Buenos dias.
Thank you, Neil.
Okay, there she goes, Miss Miami Shores. In rare form today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah.
Now, could this be that kielbasa she was talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it to me.
Yeah.
On that Jeff Stryker picture. Mm-hmm. Okay, now you were about to ask me a question, but obviously I made the right choice.
Oh, yeah. As always.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I see Miami Shores, believe me, that finger moves fast.
I know.
Just like Senator Graham. It's a good thing Senator Graham wasn't here when Chris and Gary were here, right?
I've decided not to ask you the question. I would rather not.
Why?
If it's okay. Well, I don't know what the answer is going to be. I'm afraid of what the answer is going to be. Now I have to ask
Coward.
it, right? Now I have to go ahead and ask it.
You've become so wimpish. You've been hanging out with Major too much lately.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious if when you are out in public and people do come up and talk to you, if they ask you about me. That was all I was wondering.
No.
They don't?
No.
Okay. I told you I was afraid to hear the answer. They don't ask you where the bird is?
No.
Okay. It's an honest answer.
Only if I'm in front of like a pet store at the Broward Mall. And they'll point to the toucan and they'll say, "Can that be?" And I'll say no.
No.
No, he's home. He's in his own cage.
Okay. All right.
Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hi. Two things. One thing, I'm calling on Stan's defense.
Please.
Okay. There are some things on his show that you just don't offer that I think is much better. The news updates.
The news updates?
They're much better in the afternoon.
Okay.
And he has great commercials.
Right. Okay.
Also,
Well, listen,
I've got
there's
a
something
tape
to
of
be
that
said
Butch
for that.
Beer commercial.
You what?
I have a tape of the Butch Beer.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that some people are getting hysterical about.
Oh, it's good.
I haven't heard it.
No, I haven't either.
I
can send it, but this disc jock from KGR cut into the last part of it.
From what?
KGR Palm Beach, yeah.
KGR.
WKGR.
Maybe?
What is
Whatever.
that?
I only listen to Zeta 4, so it doesn't...
Well, that's good. We like that. You're our kind of caller.
Oh, am I? Oh, that's nice.
Broken radio.
Yeah, no, I want to know something about Stan, though. Ask Stan for me if he holds Don Johnson's picture up with one hand, or does he save time and actually maybe tape it to the bathroom wall?
You know, I always have wanted to ask him, but I'm afraid he'll give me a serious answer. If Don Johnson, were stupid enough and desperate enough, which he's not.
No, seriously, though.
No, wait a minute. Listen to me. If Don Johnson were foolish enough to come to Stan's home, okay, and climb those 2 flights of stairs to the 3rd floor, which he would never do.
No.
What would he do with them? What would he do if he hopped in the sack with Don Johnson? What would he do with them?
That would be the end of his street career, I'm sure. I think every time it comes on, he probably has to change his underwear. I don't know. Maybe he wears a diaper to save time, but I know my girlfriend, she also is in love with the guy. I don't watch the show, and every time it comes on, she gets all excited, and I run into the bedroom and say, here, let me get you a new pair of underwear. I'm sure you're going to need them.
Well, see, that's your problem. You should run to the bedroom and give her something else, not the underwear.
Yeah,
That's why
I don't look like Don Johnson. I can't stand to wear shoes without socks.
I don't like socks. Since I've been in Florida, I almost never wear socks. Up north, you'd never think of not wearing socks, but here, you just don't wear socks here. It's just not the thing to do.
No, seriously, all kidding aside.
Okay, let's get serious.
All right. Stan Major is a great guy. He's great looking. He's one hell of a talk show host, and I think the world of him. Okay?
Okay, well, he'll be over at about 6:30.
I'm not finished yet.
Okay.
Tell him this time I don't want a check. I want it in cash.
Okay.
All right?
It's in the mail.
Thanks a lot. Hey, you want that tape, by the way?
Yeah. Is it airable? I mean, is it good
I can send you the tape, but yeah, it is. Well, they Butch Beer?
Yeah.
It depends. They played it. Why can't you?
Oh, yeah, they played it, but I read in a very famous newspaper in the Weekly News that there are some people very upset about it.
Well, that's life. I mean, somebody's going to be upset about anything anybody does anyway. I mean, geez, what's the difference? Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, I'll send it if you'll play it.
Okay, I'll
But you'll
promise.
have to dub out the end and put your own because he cut in before it was over.
Well, that's all right. We'll just play. Maybe we'll get him a job, get him out of Palm Beach.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Bye.
Boy, that's exciting. We're going to have the Butch Beer thing.
I haven't heard it.
Now, if there are people at the Weekly News listening, I don't want to get them upset because they sent me those big, glossy pictures of
Jason,
Tom Howell, C. Thomas Howell from the Hitcher, and Jason Gedrick from Heaven.
Right. You're still cherishing those, aren't you?
Well, especially the one. Well, the picture of Tom Howell was okay. It was good. I mean, these were really quality Hollywood photos, glossy.
Color.
These are the kind that Stan would take to the photo shop and have enlarged, like, to cover that whole wall over there.
Oh, yeah.
He does, by the way. I'm serious. You think that I'm joking. He has I don't know where he gets these pictures. Although he does have that camera that he brought in here.
Yeah.
But, like, almost, at least twice a week. I'm not making this up. Twice a week. Well, let's go by the Broward Mall, and even if you don't want to go in, right between Jordan Marsh and Sears, where there's the mall entrance, there's a, no, you don't know. You don't go to the Broward
I don't live up there.
Well, at any rate, there's a photo shop right inside the door, and I'll park out by Jordan Marsh, and he'll zip in there, and he'll come out, and he'll have all these big, they're not nude or anything,
right?
But they're these enormous enlargements that he has made.
Oh, yeah.
Of these pictures of young ladies.
Yeah?
Young ladies, yeah. As a matter of fact, Stan this afternoon, thanks to the, not Right to Life, because the caller admonished me yesterday, not the anti-abortion crowd like Dr. Heffernan, he's going to have a group of female fetuses on his show this afternoon. It's going to be incredible. He's going to be interviewing unbelievable. Trolling for...
What are these, but these pictures he has
they're not that
large.
young. They're young.
It's the pictures he takes in the Broward Mall? Is that what you're saying?
No. Oh, you think, in other words, I would walk around with him while he's got his camera?
Well, I'm asking.
Standing in that tree inside the mall with his arms there like a gorilla, like appearing... Oh, if you could have seen that, that was worth $1 million if you could have seen that picture. I'm walking along, and all of a sudden I realize that he's mesmerized somewhere, and I turn around, and there he is, like a perfect pervert, standing in the bushes, looking through the tree and just hanging on the limbs, panting with his tongue down to his puppic. It was great. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're going to be having a former I-95 jock on next week when Chris and Gary come back from Mississippi. But wild things went on in that FM, what do they call that room? That's not FM production. What do they call that the one where the tea lady...
The tea lady that was FM production. Now, the other room across the atrium is...
Over here.
The FM dubbing room.
The dubbing room?
Yeah.
But that's where they got all the good equipment in there.
Yeah. Well, also in production, too. The FM production...
Well, somebody used to work on I-95 thought it was the rubbing room, not the dubbing room. Or maybe you could put them together like rub-a-dub-dub, because little kids like those, with their little ducky in the bath.
The room you and I cut the commercial in, that's the FM production.
And every time I would walk down the atrium when I used to work at night, there'd be these little guys coming out of the dubbing room. It was really incredible. Young guys. Well, not a little, like 12 and 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, this building.
And I said, hey, what are you guys doing, auditioning for Menudo? 11 before 2 at WINZ AM, not to be confused with anything else or any place else anywhere in this building, and we'll come right back.